Hey guys. So I was just still in Barcelona and kind of just an explosion of every thought I wanted to tell him. And we were from quite different worlds. So this one's called Polyamory. Dear Ewan, I'm sitting in a park and a woman just changed her toddler's diaper while the child protested. An older gentleman approached them and handed the pair some candy. He kept walking and gave more candy to another child who was walking with her family. Some ladies are headed to the beach. And I'm thinking about polyamory. Right now, in the memosphere, there are a lot of thought influencers sharing their opinions about polyamory. There's a polarity of shoulds occurring. Currently, the you should be monogamous, YSBM. You should be monogamous if you really want to know what love is group has the high ground. It's because the other group, you should be polyamorous, YSBP group, really muffed it up when they last had the ball. Do you know what a Pokemon is? It's these little cartoon monsters that can be caught and tamed in Pokeballs and then used to fight against other Pokemon or Pokemon handlers. The last time the You Should Be Polyamorous had the ball, they basically just treated relationships like Pokemon, things to catch, compare, and wield. I felt sad for them. Anytime I see someone trying to learn about love with a subtext of this is better, or this is easier, or this is more natural, I cringe and think that's not going to go well. I guess I chose polyamory, but it seems more like life created me toward it. I fell in love with T unexpectedly. We were a hookup that turned into fuck buddies, that turned into gym buddies. We used to go drop his kid off at school, get coffee, and talk in the gym parking lot before going in. It was great. About 3 months in, we were in the car, and a shift occurred in me. I was looking at him, and my vision shifted, and I just realized, oh wow, I'm in love with him. But T was married to J. J was nerdy and busy and good in bed. We started hooking up too. T was more of a bottom, J was more of a top. I was getting a lot of my needs met. Relating with J was tricky because he was quite compartmentalized. He was cordial and kind and boundaried and appropriate in most contexts. He was completely ecstatic, passionate, and connected in bed. I always wanted to be closer, but polyamory wasn't as much in their mental framework as mine. They have kids, and the world puts a lot of pressure on gays to be heteronormative if there are children around. I imagine T held me more as a mistress, and J thought of me like a backdoor man. We went like that for a year before I met C. C was married and smart and funny, but a little grumpy. He had done powerful things in the world and eagerly showed me some intense, larger things about gay life. It felt like an adventure. I had grown a little tired of being kept at arm's length by T and J, so I figured I could explore with C with the remainder of my heart I had left. He lived in NYC and I was in Austin, so the space regulated the intensity a bit. As soon as T and J heard about C, they invited me on our first vacation together at a gay, nudist, sexy resort. It was the kind of place where they have an actual public room to go play if you meet a hot guy and have chemistry. Jay wanted to play and meet people. T wanted all my attention. Jay would go off to play, and T and I would stay together and get steamy. Jay's feelings got hurt when he saw that we were so close to each other. We would try to wait for him to join with us, but he was off wandering. We went to dinner without him, and he felt abandoned. Relating and conversations were numerous to navigate it. Jay was the one who had the idea of all three of us going, right after C and I started. The schema in my brain at this point was something like, I'll figure out who I love more with time, and then I'll make a decision. I'd go to NYC and party with C, and it was hedonism plus C learning and loving the listening of my relatefulness. Then I'd head home and be embraced by T's warmth and Jay's constancy. After a couple of these trips, where I was wondering who I loved more, I noticed that I had just gone to a deeper layer of love with C. The first entrained thought was, I should just be with him. And then guilt about T showed up. In some intuitive leap, I thought, I was the one who dared to go deeper with C. Now I'm deeper. It's not fair to T to not see if he can meet me here too. So I took that deeper heart and brought it into relationship with T, and he met me. Not only did he meet me, but we took it deeper. The next time I saw C, I ran the same experiment, and he met me as well. My heart felt like the baton in a relay race. Deeper with you, and now deeper with you. I don't think I'm exaggerating to say it never ended. Jay is secure slash avoidant. Secure mostly when he's feeling good and avoidant when he's not. He was like a stable satellite that trailed along but came nonetheless. Wash, rinse, repeat for years as I'm learning about partnership. Jay and C got head injuries a year apart from each other. I learned about the love of taking care of people. I learned that one of the secrets of life is that someone we love will get sick and we will meet our true priorities. Aside, I feel like a dissected frog sitting in the wake of, why does Mike always date unavailable men? But I digress. I wonder how parents with multiple kids feel. I assume that they resonate with some of their children better and that they like some or one of their children more. The world has large schemas in place to make sense of loving multiple children, but it doesn't seem like there's much stress about it. My theory is because as a parent, there is an assumption so powerful that it is better stated as a truth. Parent to child, the truth is, I'm going to love you forever. In marriage, it's I'm going to love you until death do us part at first, and it becomes, hopefully, I'm going to love you forever. I've never fallen out of love with anybody. Even the worst relationships I've had where I loved are still in me. I had a really traumatizing first gay love, and it took me years to realize that I couldn't stop loving him, even though it was beyond an average fucked up experience. I came to understand that if I loved someone, I would never be able to say that we weren't once a we. I was changed by these loves so much that I could say the current me was created by it. As I sit here in the park, I'm noticing another one of those flags. You don't deserve love if you love people you cannot keep. Like, don't love someone if you can't be committed to them. You're leading them on. German in Barcelona and I went on a date last night. We walked and talked and bar hopped and got tapas. We had sex for the first time and held hands. It felt great, and I could feel an agony in me because the other person I'm falling in love with is the world. Since you showed me the cycle of experience, and I've come to understand the beauty of conscious withdrawal, a larger synchronicity has opened up in me. People think I'm on vacation here in Europe, but this is actually just a fundamental shift in my frames about life, love, and home. It feels like I'm dating the world, and I want to control any pain GIB might feel if I can't keep him. I know the logistical limits of polyamory, and Spain is far from Austin. I want to control against the judgment from myself that if I don't commit to keeping someone, then it wasn't really love. I can't tell if these experiments are showing me that love is greater than commitments, or that love, while unbound, can only reach us through the forms we choose to honor it with. My intuition is saying those are both pieces of a larger truth I'm having to chop up in order to observe. I've been with T&J for 7 years, 6 with C. I've sat bedside and rearranged my schedule to make sure they're okay. Staying around taught me a lot about love. I believe that I can have all these thoughts and experiences and still end up in monogamy. What works for me is always changing, and it wouldn't surprise me at all if I met someone and we just felt so much satisfaction being together that we never found time to look elsewhere. But I don't think monogamy or polyamory should be debated as shoulds. I do think there's a polyamory possible inside of monogamy. It's like Hinduism. Brahma is all, but he's filled with tons of deities and avatars that are world shaking. Love is all. There are avatars of love in every person, place, thing, and moment. And we have one body and time, and this limited time to worship at the different shrines. I think if someone wants to try polyamory, it's okay. It might make their life better. But similar to ayahuasca, there are some things people shouldn't tell each other they should do. People should go where they feel called. So I hope all those influencers get crabs. Chuckling to myself and wishing you a happy Sunday. Mike.